What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the channel. My name's Spencer. This is Top Line Racer. It is freezing, like probably 20-ish degrees outside. Not that cold for a lot of you, but really cold for me. Today we're going to do a mediocre garage update. You can see some of the cars behind me. We're going to talk a little bit about what I've done on the channel before the Duramax comes here. The Duramax isn't in this video, so if you really want to see the Duramax, it's cool. You can switch to the next video or whatever. Should be in the next 2 to 3 videos. The Duramax should be here. So yeah, just wait till then. All right, it's cool. Talk to you then. But if you want to stick around and see what's going on, I'm gonna do a little tour of some of the project vehicles we got around the channel. I don't have anything exciting, so sorry to disappoint. I got our 3 current project vehicles straight out front here. The other ones behind we're going to talk about just very briefly because they're not exciting at all. We'll start over here on the left with the 1989 Chevy S10 Blazer. This has been one of my main focuses of the channel for the winter time here because it's got 4-wheel drive, runs like a top. Bought it for $400, and then I put $400 worth of wheels and tires on it. So I'm like $800 into this thing, but that's literally all I've done. Have not really touched it otherwise. Body is rusty on it, as you can see. We actually just did some serious off-roading on Saturday, and well, that was solid right there. I mean, not solid, but it was covered, so we lost that. It's all muddy from that off-roading, a little bit of adventure. Got the sticker right there, don't forget that. And then my wife just was like, how soft is this? And she went and did that and kind of knocked the metal out of that as well. So it needs some body panels, but interiors needs some seats, but otherwise the interior is pretty nice. Radio works, heat works, no check engine lights, no real issues to speak of at all. Transmission shifts good, goes right into 4-wheel drive. Probably my favorite vehicle to drive on the channel, probably that I've ever had. Like, I just love the thing. It's nothing special. It's worth like $1,200 on a good day. If you want to buy it, I'll sell it to you for $2,000. But it's like, I love this thing. So very happy with it. It is the 4.3, by the way. And my plans for it in the future are basically to restore the whole body on it. Obviously the frame, nothing wrong with it. I do have one serious issue here. Like, the frame itself is good. I don't know if you're gonna be able to see here, but my A-arm is completely rusted through. Both sides, been driving it like that. Don't recommend that. Got to change them out here soon. Got to do just normal routine maintenance stuff on it. Nothing super exciting, but I probably will make a video about it because it's good to know when you buy a $400 car. I'm also intrigued by the idea of doing a 6.0 with a 4L80E swap on it. That might happen someday, might not. Might just keep the 4.3 because it's really got plenty of power for everything that I do with it. And we're going to move right on. This is our 07 Saturn Sky. Stripped down. We used the body panels from this to rebuild another Saturn Sky that we had. It was smashed. We had one that was smashed on the passenger side over here, right along the frame rail. And this one here had been hit front and rear in an accident. The frame's actually bent on it. If you can look right down in there, that crease right there. Not the turbocharged, it's just a 2.4, 173 horsepower, something like that. We've dropped about 1,000 pounds off of it with all the removal. We have a little bit more to go here. So it's weighs in right at 2,000 pounds. And the next step for this car really is a roll cage. Probably some other weight removal stuff, but want to at least do a hoop over the seat area. Don't have any dash or anything like that in there, other than just the original cluster. Probably get some lighter seats. And I don't know, it's got some work that needs to be done suspension wise and different things. There's some bent parts from when it was in the accident, but I do really love this car. Can't drive it on the road. I don't have any title or anything like that, and hopefully maybe someday we can figure something out for that. Pennsylvania's really strict on inspections and everything like that, so it's tough to do with something like this, but we'll work on that. Hopefully we can get it on the road someday. Love to drive it, and it's fun to rip around in. there's the Chevy Dually, which you just saw last video, so we're not going to cover anything on that. If you want to see that, go to the last video. Next up, we got my 05 Pontiac Grand Prix. Had that forever. It's got 300,000 miles in it. I daily drive it. If you see me around, it will probably be in that vehicle. Nothing real special about it other than it's the GM 3.8 and it will probably never die. After the Grand Prix, we got the BMW X3 and we got the 07 Uplander. The BMW is an 06. I think it's an 06. That's a family member's, but that'll probably be around the channel for a little while. And then the 07 Uplander is ours, and we use that for generally just running around. We have dogs, and it's great to throw them in there. Minivans are the most functional like vehicle you can get, other than maybe a truck. They're not great, but they're functional. And the BMW actually runs pretty good for a BMW. It's got like 210, 12, 15,000 miles on it, 215,000 miles on it, and just did a high miles review on it. And it needs some work, but it's actually a pretty solid little daily driver, especially for an older BMW. So that's everything for my vehicles that are right here. We're gonna go check out the other shop in a second, or we're gonna check out some rebuilds. But basically my channel, I've had 3 different types of content on the channel. What I did is I had a project car too, which is like the Blazer in the Sky right here. And then I had a 300 before that. To all my 300 people who are still here, thank you. I do plan to get another 300 someday. I'm not like a Chrysler guy, but I did like my 300. But then besides project cars, I did some rebuilds. My brother and I do rebuilds together. That's actually kind of how we're doing the Duramax swap and everything like that. That's what kind of inspired it. We've just picked up salvage cars from Copart and around the area and rebuilt them. So that's another place where I got content from. And then the third one is I did high mileage reviews. You might have hear me mention that during the BMW X3 thing. I do anything with like between 150 to 250,000 miles. I go through and talk about all the reliability and issues that you need to look out for, because nobody really covers that other than just some forums and things, but it's tough to find the information all in one place. So that's what I try to do. Anyways, that's about it for here. Let's get on the road. We're gonna go over, check out some of these other rebuilds. So we're up the other shop here. This is our junkyard area. These are all just cars if you need parts from. The Tahoe's just junk. That's our plow truck, and it doesn't even run. But Buick, Traverse, Denali, and then we got a Chrysler 300 for parts over there. If you need any parts, let us know. This one here is a 08, 9, somewhere in there, CTS. That one will get repaired, but it was hit pretty hard. And so we'll head down the driveway here and go check out the actual like rebuilds that we're working on. Driving down, I forgot we actually have 2 more parts cars, a Sonic and a Hyundai Tucson. The Tucson is like a brand new car, but it had a tree dropped on its roof. So we rebuilt another Tucson. If you go back to my videos, you can find it and use the front end parts from it. In the first garage bay, you might have seen this on Instagram just a couple days ago. This is for sale. This one is done. It's an 07 Victory Vegas Jackpot. I think it's Victory Vegas Jackpot, but beautiful, beautiful bike. Was laid over on the other side here, scratched up a little dent in the tank and some other stuff, but really came out looking really, really good. Like runs awesome. Took a little longer on the rebuild than we wanted, but it is good to go. That's for sale. Asking $4,700. If you're interested, just let me know. I think it's got like 13,000 miles on it. This Traverse is another one that we just finished up as well. It's actually already sold. Paint doesn't match because I sold it to a family member and they just needed a quick car, but it's inspected, ready to go. Rebuilt title, all that stuff. That was a pretty easy rebuild right there. Nissan Maxima was also from Copart. They're a terrible car. Don't buy them. And the next one, this is probably our next rebuild, like our next like flip rebuild car right here. It's a 16 Buick Encore. Parts were really expensive, so it's been on the back burner for a little while because we just couldn't find any cheap parts for it, but it's time to get it out of the driveway. And then the 2 cars that are missing are our Chevy Spark, which is finally at the inspection station to get the enhanced inspection, and then the Chrysler 300 is still out for paint. But the 300, we had it lined up for paint a couple weeks ago, and then the paint shop basically just said no, or they didn't. I don't even know what happened, but it was kind of a weird thing. They didn't pick it up, and it's not painted yet, so still waiting on that. And with all that said, we are going to head back to the house. So we're back here now at the house, and thank you guys so much for sticking around, checking out my very mediocre car collection stuff that we got going on, this garage tour. It's nothing, I don't have anything exciting, I know that. But, you know, we've had some fun with the rebuilds and stuff that we've done, try to do some informative stuff there as well. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please like, subscribe, and share. And we'll be getting a Duramax really, really soon, I promise.